Yo, what's up, guys? So I'm here live, overseeing the match between Vaalbara and the Myth Pagans. Right now, Jake and I are neutrally observing, and Limp is capping for Vaalbara, LSO is capping for the Pagans. We got some Forest Giant action going on. We got a 2-minute delay, so it should be pretty fair. And none of the players even know that I am live streaming right now, so hopefully none of them will come on to take a peek. But what's up, Jake? I hear you joining me now. Who's that speaking? Akira?
Yo.
Oh, you're here. You're in the game. I don't want to confuse you. So, you're substituting for Asmodean's team, huh? Or Limp's team, I should say.
Game on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna close Discord. That'll be really annoying in a little bit if you're commenting.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens. I mean, I can't talk too much about what's going on.
Captured.
But so far, we got the Pagans grabbing the flag. And I believe Akira has gone ahead and removed himself from the voice chat. And it looks like Vaalbara has popped their whites and got an extra plus. Pagans doesn't seem they've opted to do the same. So far, Pagans are in control. 2 flags to 1. You would think that Northeast would tag their middle at the same time, but perhaps the map is a little unbalanced. Who really knows? So we got Toxin and Funk moving up in the south. East Wind's Forest Giants. His Forest Giant is going to square off with Cryptos, while Arsenic and Gecko support their respective teams' Forest Giants.
Flag captured.
A little bit about the teams. Well, the teams feel themselves out on the map. We have for Vaalbara, Limp, Arsenic, Kron, Asmodean, and Eastwind, and Akira is substituted. And for the Pagans, we have Lord Scary Owl. He is accompanied by Thor, Gecko, Cryptos, Funk, Killer King, and Toxin. Kron holding on tightly to Thor's Forest Giant, as Cryptos' Forest Giant is going to get pussed, but Eastwind and Arsenic aren't there in time to do damage to it. Arsenic is going to use up his pus, so North is actually favoring the Pagans, as 2 pus have been used, but they're only able to actually kill a Berserk rather than a Forest Giant. But both teams in control of 3 flags apiece, while Vaalbara has a small 10-second lead. Looks like the Pagans are going to go in for a tag here, and they're doing a great job at controlling the 4 corners of the map. Small percentage differential, only 4% difference. So with the most units in the game for the Myth Pagans, Killer King is controlling the mid here, but Akira is going to move up. He has quite a number of units himself, 18%, and he's going to push the Myth Pagans middle. And he's gonna give them some ground to get his souls up safely and let them come up and play. Well, he has a mortar to Akira's 2 mortars, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Well, Funkin' Toxin in good control of the east over here. 4 mortars to 3.
Flag lost.
And it looks like Thor's Puskul is gonna go down without Kron getting pussed. And we got Kryptos getting pussed by Eastwind's Forest Giant. Kryp waiting to drop the pus to use on the enemy Forest Giant, and he's gonna score a hit on Eastwind. It looks like Eastwind's Forest Giant is going to go down, and we have Myth Pagans with a half-health Forest Giant advantage. Thor in pursuit of Kron's Forest Giant. And Arsenic taking some hits. It looks like Vaalbara's North is in some trouble as Kryptos is going to opt to play for some backfield tags rather than straight up approach Arsenic, who I believe, if we recall, is no longer in control of the pus. And Kron's gonna back off into the northwest corner, Thor will shadow the area. And Vaalbara has a small 15-second time advantage. They've been able to take over the southwest flag from their team. And we have Kryptos getting some free time up here on the northeast. It looks like Eastwind will be moving his thrall around. Kryptos may go in for some kills, but let's check out what's going here north. Killer King applying the pressure with his souls, keeping them safe, playing nice and patient. Good stuff. And the teams are somewhat at a stalemate besides Hero pressuring Killer King and Kryptos dancing around Eastwind. And Killer King's Solus are going to go down while he's able to keep his Mortar Dwarf. Oh, it goes down, unfortunately. So, some more Solus going down. They're able to take out one of Akira's mortars. And Lord Scary Owl is going to come and reinforce his co-captain mid. Meanwhile, in the northeast, it looks like Kryptos is going to go in for some hits on the Thrall and try to wrestle some control of that flag. But he has to be very careful as Akira's going to get surrounded and rushed. And he's going to puss a mortar spot over here. Not quite sure what that was about. Perhaps lost a little control, and Lord Scary Owl doing the best he can to keep his dwarf alive, and he is going to have his dwarf go down, almost able to secure it. Looks like Kron was able to wrestle back control of the northwest, with Thor's Forest Giant, it appears, going down. Kryptos kind of moving towards Vaalbara's east, but gonna go back up top and play for some tags. Right now, we only have a 5% advantage in units for Vaalbara, but Kryptos is going to get pussed, and it looks like his Forest Giant is going to go down to some Thrall Elite controlled by Eastwind. A large percentage advantage now for Vaalbara. Kron's gonna get some hits in on the souls over here. They also are using a land white.
Flag contested. Flag lost.
And unless Myth Pagans are able to make some moves here in the east, it looks like this might end in the favor of Vaalbara, as they now have a 3-minute advantage.
Flag captured. 1 minute remaining.
With 1 minute remaining, Gecko calling. Hey, the game's over.
Flag contested.
What can we do at this point besides rush?
Flag
So,
captured.
I'm trying to find out where this rush is going to come from. It might come from Toxin and Funk. There's only 4 of the 7 Pagans have units left. Wow. Each of Vaalbara's players are armed with at least a couple of units.
Flag captured.
Vaalbara now has a 20% lead
Contested.
in percentage, a 5-minute lead in time. We got the L being passed my way. Pagans not even gonna bother playing for the flag. They're trying to get some hits in, some BC before the next game. But it looks like with a Mortar Dwarf going down, Vaalbara is gonna hold out the game and their mid. A good game, well played by all the participants involved. So what normally would be the bottom bracket finals. Let's look at what went on. We got Kron 15-3, Akira 11-9, doing the work for their team. Coming in big for Vaalbara, and for the Pagans, Crypto 7-2. It's a pretty good forest giant thing. Able to take out Eastwind's forest giant pretty damn well. We're gonna do a little shameless self-promotion. And that was a lot of fun to live cast. Hopefully none of these guys will ask for me to turn it off. I do have a 2-minute delay here. Looks like Scary Monster's gonna make an appearance for the Pagans. Let's see how many players are in the game right now. You can figure that out by typing dot or period count. Right now the game is full, so I perhaps should leave. We'll see if they have any other players. So if we only get 1 game of casting out of that, I don't mind it because that was still good fun. We'll have to see how the rest of this match pans out as Vaalbara will take the 1-0 lead. And it looks like there are none. And unless there are any complaints, I'm going to go ahead and continue recording this match. It's pretty good. Let's see if anyone's hopped on the chat here.
Yo,
What's up,
Paris,
Akira?
leave the game. Let me in.
You need some space?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be 8.
Where are the maps for this big?
Do you know, Geostorm Forums?
Oh, thanks, dude.
See, Jake, you have the link. Do you want me to just post them in here for you?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So you should most definitely leave for the next game, but how are you feeling after that first game substituting for Vaalbara?
Felt pretty good. Played alright mid. Could have done a little better. Definitely won the lane though, so to speak.
And
So that's good.
you were leading your team second in kills, putting in quite a bit of damage as well.
You know, that's what you want your sub to do.
Yeah, man, if they can come through on the clutch and your opponents are going to be manly enough to allow it, definitely use the sub to your advantage as best as you can.
I'm gonna post a
Otherwise,
link to the maps.
I've posted them all in Discord for you. In this game, we're live from the perspective of Vaalbara. I am going to go ahead and put up my little trout thing. Oh, nice. The corner of the screen didn't load, so it's perfect anyway. So, yeah, we got the map is Tamerlan Dark, King of the Hill. Game 2 in this 6-game match. Myth Pagans with using 7 plays, it looks like, and Eastwind's gonna drop. He needs a rehost. Hey, how's it going, Jake?
It's going.
Yeah, man. So right now,
I was hoping to watch
live
those
cast
that way,
host.
but I guess I'll have to watch it your way.
Well, yeah, feel free to hop in, and I can provide the games to everyone watching who wants to check them out. I should definitely change this up.
Solo queue 2K Madness. Playing
Yeah,
Dota 2.
Change that up.
Damn, you got a lot of views since last time.
Nah, not really. It's still really low.
Well, it takes time to get, noticed, and Myth is already like a dead game, so ain't like you're playing. I guess you do play other games too,
Yeah, I play a lot of different games. I ended up paying for them all, so.
I was surprised. I didn't really see. You got to fix your map, by the way. It's all messed up. It's zoomed in the corner.
Yeah, that's what happens when I deselect the game capture window instead of the other one.
Yo, Paris, can you post maybe Calm Before the Storm mesh? Because Tane's down right now.
Yeah, I can upload it to Discord for you. Everyone else should have it.
That's for the current week, right? Or next week?
The current week. Yep, the current week. I think it's like the 5th map. It's like CTF.
Like Excelsior? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Aztec Oranges. It's kind of new. It's a pretty interesting map, though.
Attorney Edition 1.1.
And next week we're gonna play something that's completely new. Pretty much. So let's definitely check that out after the game. Alright, I uploaded Thaw onto Discord. So I'm gonna jump back into the game over here. And we got a minute 25 left in planning time. And all all spirits over here on Vaalbara's end are positive and calm. They're all excited to jump into the next game.
I like how Rar has got damn Daniel.
Yeah, that shit's trending right now.
Yeah, it's just troll as fuck. Something I would do.
What we need to do is all further myth videos need to just link to everything that's trending, and maybe we can get some stupid young kids to start playing this game.
You just spin it on like 4chan or something.
Hey, your
And
thing's so.
also-
Oh, sorry, Paris. You have a trowel on front of your screen when you're on your Twitch.
I know, it's blocking out what people can see, kind of, because the game hasn't actually started yet. So I don't know, the only player who knows that's going on is, like, Akira. He's just chilling. I'm trying not to give him any information.
I'm gonna turn down the volume on the mic so I can't hear you guys. You guys are muted effectively.
Yeah, right, you're probably on the play-by-play, you butthead. Or would you be Beavis? Alrighty, so what do we got going on over here? It's like Vaalbara doing the typical strat over here, so it'll be fun to see what's going on with the Pagans. Again, there's a 2-minute delay on the stream. 30 seconds into this King of the Hill. Who will tag mid first? Eastwind. The 2 trow for Vaalbara. Cryptos taking the trow for the Pagans. Interesting to see Cryptos jump in this role.
Flag contested.
Let's see how he performs against Eastwind. I believe both are former World War II players. So they excel with small amounts of units and making them perform most effectively and efficiently you can get out of each, I would imagine. Then again, they're both probably hungover, so we'll have to see what happens. Got our Zenit and Limp on the Souls, taking the impassable water terrain for Vaalbara. Meanwhile, Myth Pagans cautiously moving up, starting to see some action go on mid here with the Warlocks. Now, a big part of Tamerlan is what's going on over here in the east is who controls this peninsula, and it looks like Asmodean's gonna get poked at by Gecko. He might see himself losing a Mortar Dwarf, and Scary Monster also supporting Gecko. Coming up with a Mortar, and now moving up his Maul. He also has another little special unit back there by the base. Hopefully he won't forget it. And it looks like Asmo is gonna trade Zergs, or health for Zergs from behind, but with lower health on the Zergs, their attack speed increases, so while they may die sooner, they can get in more hits in a shorter period of time, which can be very effective if carefully microed. Of course, Asmo is one of the trackpad warriors, so we might not see that kind of micro play from him today.
Flag contested.
All of Vaalbara's players easily have over 10%. As it is a 6-on-8, it looks like, with a much fuller showing by Myth Pagans. Perhaps we'll see this play to their advantage, as the trail healths are fairly even right now, with Eastwind taking, I would say, far less damage. Surprised to see Toxin and Killer King very passive in their harassment of the enemy Trow, but they're starting to move things up here as Kron's gonna get a nice mortar shot off. And Kira is gonna do the substitute thing to do and say, hey, good job, my teammate. And it looks like there's a dud somewhere, perhaps on Toxin Souls. A sigh of relief. Toxin finally using his souls on those Trow. He might not even want to try to compete with our Zenic souls over here and move over a little bit. As one of his souls is gonna go down, our Zenic, a very good micromanager and overall player in Myth, and the Trows are 2 half health, 2 fairly green in the mid, and that's gonna open up room for Vaalbara to take control. While percents are still pretty close. Looks like Asmodean's Mortar Dwarf has gone down, and our Zenic losing a soul as well. Looks like we have Thor, warrior of the Norse gods, the King of Brazil, making a flanking maneuver. Kron having to back off. Eastwind kind of isolated mid. Well, there's a little extra surprise moving up. And we'll have to get to that in a little bit. We have Killer King's Mortar Dwarf going down to Akira. And Vaalbara, despite having good control of the map and 10% advantage, see themselves with only a 15-20% time advantage, and that white is gonna go off, taking out the majority of Toxin's units, all of his souls going down. Gecko able to poke away at our Zenic Solus. Funk also getting off a shot, and it looks like Vaalbara may have also lost a Warlock mid. The percentage is still pretty even, and the Trow is gonna go down. A much different game right now, as a Trow for Vaalbara is also stoned, as Myth Pagans no longer have either Trow, and Eastwind might be able to dominate mid a little bit here. Unless Killer King begins to apply some pressure with what they have left for their souls. And yeah, with such a large difference in units remaining on the map, it looks like Eastwind's Trow is going to start laying into the carry work for the late game and just clean up all of these individual melee with Toxin taunting the opponent.
Flag contested.
He's ready for the next game, and it looks like this is gonna go to Vaalbara. The time was pretty close for a while, but at the end of the day, Myth Pagans unable to survive longer, unable to reach mid and this peninsula faster. Less control over the map. You're gonna see it go to in favor of Vaalbara, who are the favorites of this match, despite coming from a lower spot in the brackets. So game 2 is a hit. We got 6 viewers. Yeah, let's see if I can open up the chat. People using it.
I returned.
So, Kira, 2 games in substituting. How do you feel, and do you think at some point Myth Pagans might say, hey, we're cutting you off, you're doing too much work? Has that thought gone through your head?
I think LSO made it pretty clear early on he didn't want me, but then we convinced him otherwise. And I don't think we'll see that issue arise again.
Cool, man. Good insight.
I do want to say that I relied on Kron too much that game to face North, and I lost the Warlock because of it.
How would you say? Where were your units last game? What happened? I don't remember seeing you that much.
I was mid. I was fighting, shooting at stuff. I killed a Mort. It's pretty cool. And some souls.
So, what does this mean that next week we're going to be playing these guys then, or what?
Well, right now it's definitely in the favor of Vaalbara. And the game's gonna go ahead and start over here.
Alright, putting you guys back on mute.
Well, that was a fucking slaughter.
Yeah, what are your thoughts about last game, Evil Jake, and what do you think will take place here? Or are you sleeping on me?
What's the next map? Oh, it's already going, huh? Could be your travel light.
Looks like for Vaalbara. It's gonna be 4 versus 7, as they might run out of players for this. That could play into the Myth Pagans' favor. That's a very interesting happening in this match. And we'll just have to see how this turns out.
Yeah, I think you should play for them if you can. Try to help them out. They're getting their asses handed to them.
Well, you can go ahead and ask if you want to substitute, but I'm gonna keep.
No, he already asked me to run the sub. I told him that was good.
Akira's suggesting we could pull a Henry flat delay for an hour. Akira, what can you tell me about those thoughts? Well, either Akira's smart and he's not responding, or he really did mute me, so that's fair. That's good stuff, man. Just trying to play a game with him, see if he's being straight up. Look like he's pretty focused in this game.
I thought last game they didn't focus enough on mid.
You think so? I mean, I feel like
and just got all RD'd hard in mid, like. Plus the Solus didn't come in mid until, they were kind of late.
Yeah, they were just, the Trout got there in time, but they were definitely a little slow to come up and support them. And because of that, the initial, Trout health advantage that Vaalbara got, it just kept getting stronger and stronger and remaining at a 2-to-1 ratio the whole time. Eastman really able to punish the enemy team with that and control mid, and then once the backbone of those Solus were gone, there was really no answer for Eastwind after the initial Trout fight. Unfortunately, Toxin eating that white, as we got the game going on now, so I'll let you see. 1 Vaalbara has over here. Looks like we got a plus heavy strat, and we'll have to check out how many whites the Pagans heal up here.
Wait, Thor's on LSO's team, or is he just subbing for him?
Thor is a 100% certified legitimate player for Myth Pagans. I think he's the most recent addition to their team.
Yeah, good addition. I thought Thor would have been capping. They must not want the rush line. Got to.
Well, it is an option, man. It's not bad to divert to that. I wouldn't be able to tell because unfortunately I'm not on their team. I asked Giant Killer General to neutral host, but he didn't want to do it. For whatever reason, so...
They said he wanted to talk if he needed to or something.
Yeah, so... We got Asmodian and Led creeping up here to the north. Akira, Kron, and Eastwind making their approach mid. No south at all besides this roaming. Now you're a couple minutes behind, bro. So you're watching something else.
It's like I hear you talk, through Discord, and then I hear it on fucking Twitch as well.
Oh, true that. So, you know what would be good is you can give us some late game analysis while we move into the next game. But yeah, Killer King and Thor Funk looking to push and hold mid. Pagans with a 1 flag advantage. Having a huge advantage north. Just scouts south. It seems like a very light south by both teams, unless there's some sort of surprise. And we're gonna see Vaalbara look to push up mid and dominate, and Pagans backing off, playing it slow. Our Zenix saying too slow. So we'll look to see Vaalbara look to push up the tempo here as their warriors and Thrall line up. And Funk is gonna get pussed. Caught off guard. Use his puss on pretty much nothing, it looks like. And there's about 7% advantage going towards Vaalbara, who also now have a flag lead. So Toxin's got some nice warriors over here. Kirk WTF, and he kind of looks like he has Kirk's colors, so own to him. Toxin Scary Monster pushing north with their warriors out of position to really support their team in this push mid. It looks like Scary Monster's going to make the move to go back as Toxin's going to continue. Perhaps in hopes to take these back flags as Kryptos is going to get pussed. He's got the skills with his goal, keeping it in control so he doesn't accidentally puss something else. And he's going to let it fly, but unfortunately for him there's a puss, but he lets his other puss go off. And Asmodian's warriors are going to get pussed to shit. And Eastwind coming up to support his teammate, preventing Kryptos from doing any further damage. Well-timed counter support by LSO coming in down here from the flank. And Killer King now, it looks like he's going to get flanked by our Zenix with his Dwarf Puss. Will he be able to defend it? No, 2 Pusses are going to go down for such a low health goal, and a Puss is also going to get dropped. We're going to see how this comes into play as Kryptos' low health Goal is going to drop that pus. It's not going to go off. Gecko is going straight in here. He has to be careful.
Flag contested.
Kron going to pus most of Eastwind's warriors.
Flag lost.
And we got a bloodbath over here. And with the fire arrows going in, Gecko is going to retreat, putting Kron right through his team's own flames. And what Scary Owl cleaning up Asmodean over here. Perhaps looking to pressure Akira next, as Olymp goes back north to reclaim northeast, unable to really help his team out. As it looks like Thor has his archers left. Not the best units for him, but he's gonna start laying those arrows
Flag lost.
into Akira. Lord Scary Owl flanking him from behind, and it looks like Killer King is going to clean up the rest of Kron's units, who looks like killed the most units. Right now we have a 25% advantage to the Myth Pagans, taking out Vaalbara on the territory's map. Asmodean losing the rest of his units as Gecko gets in a nice pus, cleaning it up, soaking up the ratios. It's a 5-2 flag advantage. 30%, and it looks like the match is now going to go to the Myth Pagans with 1 win and Vaalbara with 2. Perhaps a change in momentum is going down, or maybe next game Vaalbara will turn the tide back in their favor. As in the 6-game format with 1 opportunity to tie, you need 4 wins to secure a match. Just getting 3 wins isn't going to do it for you, unless the tie game turns into a tie. So let's check out what went on with these statistics over here. We have Lord Scary Owl Kappa for his team, 12-8, the newcomer to the scene. No damage, but definitely being able to captain your team to an upset victory against the favorites to win the whole kit and caboodle is something. I also saw Gecko 28-3. It looks like he's definitely doing some work for his team. It looks like Asmodean is going to be unable to play for his team. Vaalbara is going to be in need of substitutes, so we'll have to see what happens. Evil Jake, what are you noticing going on in that game right now as you watch it?
I know when they rushed up mid, they had all their warriors all packed up. It's pretty easy for them.
Hey, can you upload Green Acres, Green Hell?
No, yeah, it's Green Hell.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Is Attain still down for you?
Yeah.
Good lord, hold up for a second. That is not a good sign, as Attain.org is
actually, it's showing for me now.
It's working? Yeah.
Attain's working for me.
Is it Green Hell Korgoth? No, I don't see it on the Tane. Oh, it's Green Paradise, right?
If you scroll up, it's on our thing. Yeah, Green Paradise is the one.
1.2?
Yep, 1 to 2 or some it says.
So the deal has been spilled. The players now know they are under the pressure of being streamed live, so we'll have to see not only how they respond to that, but how Vaalbara responds to that last statement made by Myth Pagans, who it seems are relatively underrated going into this match, but able to even up in a game of attrition as well, as it is a 6-game series. So, unfortunately for,
So what, Asthma left or what?
yeah, unfortunately for Vaalbara, Asmodean is no longer with them. Unable to play the next game, he's gonna have to come back for his team in the last two, or they need some sort of reinforcements.
All right, Tom, so let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
What's up, Roy?
Was
How
that
are you
Rara
doing?
that joined?
And he leaves pretty quickly out of Discord. Maybe I wasn't supposed to blow up his spot, but Khan's asking what I edited, but as a neutral spectator, I can't say much. If you're gonna go through the effort to check the game, the map out beforehand, and figure it out. But to everyone watching, these mid pools, before I believe they were, I think you could walk right through them, or there was some sort of terrain that just didn't make sense in the logic of the myth world. The textures were done wrong, or the terrain, or however it works in the loathing application. But I cleaned that up, and now mid, it's a much cleaner fight. Although most teams definitely opt not to fight mid, and the way the balls are here, oh god, a game about balls. So we got 10 balls on the field total, and we can see which teams grab them first. So as the game starts, I'm gonna pop this off. And we can start to see the strategy develop for Vaalbara. Opting to split their fetch 2-2-2.
Ball captured.
1 to Akira, Eastwind.
Captured.
Or 2 to Akira, 2 to Eastwind, 2 to Arzenic. Kron has a pair of Warlocks,
Ball
along with
captured.
Limp himself.
Ball captured.
Limp packing the
Ball
heat.
captured.
A little surprise. And Arzenic on the Spiders.
Ball captured. Ball captured.
Kira and Kron with the souls. Perhaps Kira should just pass those off to Kron. He definitely needs to be able to
Ball
micromanage his fetch here, as he is substituting and the teams are only 5 to 8 as Vaalbara in need of some help, and with team rosters still open. We'll have to see if they make any moves next week so they can really show up in full force.
Ball contested.
Maybe they'll pick up some of the players on the Ethereals who are now, after being the first team eliminated in the triple team elimination tournament, all of their players are now eligible to play on other teams' rosters. However, after the second team's elimination, up until halfway through that week, on Wednesday, the rosters will close. So with a 6-4 ball advantage, the Myth Pagans able to control more of the map with 3% less. Arsenic, it looks like he's in some trouble. Although Kryptos will back off of him. Gecko perhaps looking to push, but it doesn't look like Akira would be letting that happen. We'll have to see that play out as Eastwind pressures with his fetch a little. Funk dropping some Warlock shots, but easily countered by Eastwind's fetching. He might want to back off for a little bit while they recharge so he can get a full 2 shots, as Kron controlling the hill could easily poke away at their health. Or Killer King and his fetch over here. Potentially Lord Scary Owl's Warlock as well.
Yeah, I would say this had to be in favor of LSO. I mean, as far as being outnumbered.
Kryptos not taking any damage, able to beat up Arzenic's fetch a little bit. He's gonna drop a heal. And Thor, under pressure by Akira's souls, will his Brazilian connection Twitch gaming survive? And some of Arzenic's melee is gonna go down to Gecko's pressure. Meanwhile, Kryptos fully engaged with Akira over here. Thor getting off a pus on Akira's fetch. Gecko also able to neutralize this Merc, as Mercridia are fairly resistant to the lightning strikes. And we have a lot going on in the south over here, while north is mostly a stalemate. The remainder of the forces able to just back off for the Pagans. And Arsenic is going to survive to live another day, but it looks like the majority of his fetch have been taken out. The Pagans in control of the flags. Of the objectives, the balls. I'm so used to flag games. So, now we got Kryptos pushing up over here. Limp. Trying to keep Kryptos' fetch busy, as Gecko is going to come up and support him, take out the rest of those souls. And it looks like we have a Merc gone wild, and it is going to go down before it causes any friendly fire. Akira taking the pressure. Arsenic pushing Thor's Mercs, trying to do what they can to deal the damage. Scary Monster flanking from behind. And the Scary Monster with Thor going down, is in a very important position here. He needs to take one of these souls and push this ball up the hill, away from the range of the melee, and perhaps even make his way over here to the enemy balls, but we'll have to see what happens. This Killer King's Warlock is going to go down, Kron, with the Warlocking capabilities. Vaalbara reforming their forces after not faring so well on South. And we got an old, long-time player commenting on the game. I asked him if he thought it was unbalanced or broken. He didn't seem to think so. Oh, we got Cryptos taking out the marks. So, let's see what's going on. Cryptos fetch going to go down from Eastwind's push.
Ball lost.
A 7-2-3 advantage to Pagans. However, they are down 6%. As Vaalbara's mid is looking to take control of this southern area.
Contested.
How the Pagans respond? It looks like they have 0 fetch left. Meanwhile, Eastwind still in possession of his fetch, very valuable this late in the game. We'll have to see how his team is able to support his fetch, how he is able to support his fetch. And it looks like this could be in favor of the Pagans, as fetch can easily knock balls away. A very low cooldown rate on their primary attack, unlike warlocks.
Ball contested.
Which seem to be a major artillery pieces remaining for the Pagans. Although there is a chance, I just do not see any Pagans fetch due to line of sight. We have less than half the units for both teams remaining.
Ball contested.
Funk is gonna get off a shot with his Warlock, but it's not gonna do much. Scary Monster poking away at Eastwind's fetch. Eastwind maybe making a move to heal. He's got 6 roots, he's doing okay. And with 3 minutes left in this game, Herringard Heroes playing a huge role in this game. Looks like Funk's Warlock is going to go down. He's unable to defend it. A little shift clicking there could have gone a long way, and Kira's Fireball goes a long way, but not long enough to take Funk out of the game. With a 10% advantage. 4 ball advantage. Looks like Vaalbara is in control of game 4 unless Myth Pagans are suddenly able to make something happen. And it looks like Akira's Warlock is finally gonna go down. Akira, they're making moves, taking Gecko's marks off the map. Arsenic in full control of the Spider Pack, formerly controlled by Limp. Limp did a great job keeping that Spider Pack alive throughout the game, even though his team was starting to hurt a little bit. He made sure that it remained alive to the late game, and you will see it just simply clean up the rest of the units for the Pagans, as
Ball contested.
with only 1 ball remaining, if these Solus go down, we will see the end of the game. What it looks like, the Pagans will live to fight another day, as
Ball contested.
have a little sneaky in the northeast, and Toxin's going to beat up a lot of his own units. Kron with a major hit, and despite the fact they have 3 balls left, it looks like they're gonna lose control of them. I need to get a drink of water after this game. Evil Jake, do you want to comment on what you're watching right now? Or are you AFK, bro?
Team eliminated.
Sounds like it. Limp says it's a funny game. Looked like we were doomed at the start. I bet he's having a good time right now, as Limp's team taking game 4 a 3-1 advantage of Vaalbara to Myth Pagans. Let's look at the stats real quick. Quick. Substitute Akira, 20 kills, 23 losses, 86 damage. We'll have to get him back in here and ask him what's going through his head, coming up big as a sub. And they're going to jump quick in the stats. Pretty intense game. How about that shit? We're gonna jump into the post game over here.
I'm back. Oh, what the hell? They won that game? Come on, Alice.
Yeah, bro, you weren't watching?
No, I had to go for the last 10 minutes of it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So does that mean that they no, there's one more yet, ain't there?
There's still 2 more games to go, man. They didn't win the match yet. They have to win 4. Or they can force a tie here.
Is Asmo still gone? He's back now, huh?
And people are doing their show blasts in the stream. Kind of delaying the match a little. Hopefully we can get some control with the hosting by GKG. What was your question, Jake? Because we've been live for over an hour here. 4 games done. if Vaalbara forces a tie here, it's all over for the Myth Pagans. So we'll have to see what happens with this snow map coming up. Dwarves aren't going to be that effective at controlling melee. I wouldn't be surprised if both teams opted not to get dwarves, but we'll have to see what happens.
What do you think about that last game?
What did you think about last game, Akira? Because I thought you did pretty damn well, like a champion. I'm glad you're on my team and only substituting for Vaalbara, because you are coming in the clutch for Vaalbara today. I'll tell you what.
I felt like I was really outnumbered, but I thought I played well. I definitely think I could have kept units alive longer, but such is life. But yeah, I definitely feel the rust is falling off slowly but surely.
Now, with the match so close, do you feel confident? It looks like Vaalbara will end up taking this match unless the Pagans are able to take the last two games. So, are you confident in taking these last games? And also, in that case, your upcoming match against the team you are substituting for right now, how are you going to feel going into that?
Well, these guys are good. No doubt about it. I feel like they're a little unorganized. A lot of their strats are sort of seat of their pants kind of thing.
Seat of what kind of thing?
Seat of their pants, just sort of making it up as they go along.
I see, yeah. Yeah, Limp isn't bad at just going with the flow. He has played Myth perhaps longer than more than half the people in this game easily.
Yeah, Limp's played longer than a lot of these people.
I'd say Arzenix played the longest. I know he was pretty active on TFL.
Yeah, me and Arzenix started around the same time.
Yeah, you remember him. Did you also play on the Fallen Lords?
Dude, I started playing on the demo. It was like nothing but Grave. I'll Dance on Your Grave. And it might have had Spiderweb, I can't remember, but it was only those two maps. This is a TFL demo.
Now, how old were you back then?
I was in 4th grade.
Isn't that something?
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy when you think about
it.
it.
On a 19.2 kbps modem external.
So, like, the game was designed completely different, as if, like, there was delay in tension, unless you were able to play it on a LAN. I mean, I imagine a lot of testing for TFL might have been done on a LAN, but after TFL came out, how about, like, that a lot of testing just came from what happened in the multiplayer scene. And results from that and patchwork from that going into Myth 2, they weren't just confined to the LAN connection.
Yeah, actually, 56k, you could actually play decently with 56k. If it was like reliable, yeah, you'd be fine.
The game looks so different though, and the delay kind of hurts. As I'll take a little check over here, pressing the delete key, checking the FPS. Up over 60, that looks good. Ping 97, 94, 87, 84. Pretty good. Pretty good connection. So mute me up, man, and good luck in the upcoming game. Let's go ahead and get rid of this blocker. And we got Vaalbara coming through Arzenix. And Asmodean on the Warpacks. Kron, Limp, and Akira all have their own Heron packs. Hopefully we didn't distract Akira too much from his captain's orders, but Seems like Vaalbara is fairly uninterested in the match right now. So we'll have to see if that has an effect. As it looks like Vaalbara isn't going to scout northeast much, while Arzenix got the right state of mind sending a warrior to go see what's going on over here in the south. I have yet to see the Pagans on the map, and if you divided the map, this is halfway, and we should see some troops within that vision right now. We'll have to see if there's some sort of sneak attack or what's going on, because Asmodean's finally gonna make the choice to send a scout up northeast. A very wise decision by him. Good stuff. And looks like Gecko is gonna come in with his Heron Healer up here in the north, poking around. Toxin holding off the south with his thrall against Arzenik. Arzenik somewhat outnumbering Toxin, but it looks like he has a little help down there with Funk. As Killer King is going to be roaming with his 2 goals, and Thor also on the prowl. Noticing Kron's advance with the 3 archers here, and it looks like the Myth Pagans are in fact pulling them back to defense, which is interesting because Pagans are not able to tie the game. And actually win the series. So we'll have to see what happens, as a hidden flank south is totally cheating, and Kryptos making a run for the Vaalbara flag, as Scary Monster doing something similar, but now backing off for some reason. And Flag, okay, no, Flag is not okay, I'm going back. And there's some panic amongst Vaalbara, who just recently were talking about the Oscars. It seems they care a little more than they thought, as they have been able to draw their opponents close, and they are going to sneak a victory perhaps, as these Thrall are simply too slow. Akira's goals might be there in time. And it looks like Scary Monster is now going to push as well. And over here, Asmo, Eastwind, they're pushing. Eastwind, 2 Herons, chopping it up. Asmo, Eastwind, taking a puss. Ooh, Kron, getting a nice puss. They're trying to use flame arrows by Thor, but he doesn't realize there's snow on the map, but he wouldn't know that because he's from Brazil and has never seen snow before. And over here, Eastwind, taking a lot of pus. Pagans Thrall kind of spread out. Thor and Killer King trying to come and support their teammate, as Vaalbara is in a rush here. Kryptos trying to take out the flag with his Heron Healer, as he's gonna just bombs away with both of his goals. He's going for the kills. He was a little slow, a little out of range, but he might be able to take it, as it looks like he's going to take out these Thrall, but Akira's goal might be there in time to save the day, as Vaalbara is going to lose Game 5 on the CTF, and the Myth Pagans, they are still in it. Just by winning the game, they could go to sudden death, Game 7, and we know that time is against Vaalbara, so we will have to see what happens next. I am sure you will be excited to catch up in a couple of minutes, because goddamn, how was that? So let's go over here real quick. Who was able to push like that? I forget. Scary Monster came from the north, but down in the south, it was Kryptos. Vaalbara completely taking the bait, Asmodean going to scout so late. I remember, that used to be the difference between You know, the subtle differences like that is what can give your opponents an advantage, and a lot of things go left unchecked these days. This time, working out in the favor of Myth Pagans. And Jake, I don't know what you're witnessing right now, but what are you witnessing right now as you're watching maybe two minutes behind me in the stream, if you're here at all? And it
Yeah, I'm just seeing the flanks, and I don't know. They didn't really scout very well. I don't know why the hell they let him sneak that much by.
Do you remember when Thor used to do these strategies all the time?
Yeah, and they work.
Old school stuff, man. And so Lord Scary Owl able to construct a plan to pull a fast one on his opponents. And I'm gonna have to take a piss break real quick. And we'll see what goes on.
Damn.
This is very entertaining, man.
Who would have thought, after starting off 2-0?
That's why I liked introducing the 6-game series, and it kept the other match interesting. It kept this match interesting. Some maps favor other teams more than others, so it's just interesting to see how the games have played out today. We'll have to see what happens as Vaalbara, with more overall experience playing together, besides the Myth Pagans TVR roots. They do know what it's like to be in situations where they need to make clutch moves and win a game. It's interesting to see them come together at the end and kind of wake up, because the whole beginning of the game they're talking about movies and the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Although that was pretty good. The old Thor strat on him there.
Yeah, so Roar is gonna join us on the stream. How are you doing, Roar?
What an upset. What an upset. I saw this coming.
What are your thoughts on the match so far? Have you been checking it out? You probably have a 2-minute delay on what you're going to be hearing on here, but let me know your thoughts of what you've seen and what you've heard from the audience.
Not surprised that Vaalbara thought that they had Pagans. Now let's those teams run with. They have Gecko, they have Cryptos, some solid players, and Gecko's gonna shine in these next.
You're cutting out a little. You gotta talk a little louder, because I can tell you're not on push to talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. As long as your mic is able to pick it up.
No, I was just saying that Vara is likely they're over there talking about Grammys. Go MVP on them right now.
I mean, they were heavily favored to win the tournament from the get-go, unable to field a team against Syndicate, and now outmanned, not out-experienced, not usually in this position, and I definitely didn't see today coming this way, but here we are on Flag Rally, on this Aztec Oranges, Elixir Oranges match. I'm about to
it's
see
about a
the
2-minute
game
play,
pop
so
off. Yeah, so definitely check out the action. After the game, I definitely want to hear your thoughts on the game if you want to pop
yeah.
Oh
by.
shit, there's a lot of units on this map.
Oh yeah, it's a map to be enjoyed by everyone playing, man. So Roar is gonna lead the Discord.
He's like lagging or some shit, I don't know.
I think it's probably his just his internet connection. No, not his internet connection. He's using instead of using push to talk, he has to talk a certain sensitivity of volume for the mic to pick it up. So like towards the end of his words, the beginning of his words, you can hear
Rar
him
did
like
see this
cut
coming
off.
though.
Did he? Yeah, man. I guess so, man. Who would
He
have
said
known?
this last week to Asmo or something, because Asmo was talking shit that we lost a couple games to him. And he's like, you guys are going to be surprised when you play him.
They came out swinging against us and punched us right in the nose in game 1, and now we see Vaalbara, Arsenic. He's got a Merc and a Spider Pack going to tag this northeast flag. The team's fighting for mid. Kron gonna be able to grab an early tag with his spiders, but Kryptos applying the pressure with his Tro, able to get to mid with all 3 Tros sooner, so that mid advantage is a loss. However, down in the southwest, Kron makes another good play for his team, securing the 5th flag on the map. Currently, Vaalbara 5 flags to 4 advantage, and Kryptos with the 3 Tro facing off against Eastwind. Asmodean moving his fetch up. Akira a little late to the party, held back in reserve. And Kron maybe looking to penetrate this flag 6 over here. And Limp is going to push the spiders around the north. Try to scout out the enemy, maybe secure a flag, as Vaalbara only needs 2 flags left, and we still have 2.5 minutes left. So holding on to these points is going to prove to be the key for the Pagans. And as we've seen in the games where Vaalbara gets a little too hasty, they have not been faring so well. And that is just the kind of disrespect you can't give to this Myth Pagans team, as they have proven to all the top competitive teams they are worth a look or two. And Kryptos moving in to kick all of Asmodean's marks. It looks like he might secure some kills on his fetch as well, and Gecko coming to aid Kryptos as Eastwind's Tro show up in time. This last fetch is going to go down, and suddenly we have a 12% advantage to Myth Pagans. That game 7 looking very possible. Kron backing off of this defensive flag. You can imagine by the time Limp shows up, they'll be taking flag 6, and Pagans will only have flag 1 left. So, with Myth Pagans in full control of the mid, Eastwind moving around the south. Meanwhile, Arsenic pushing with his 3 Tro north, up against a wall of Warlocks and Fetch, controlled by Funky, Lord Scary Owl, and Killer King. The Spiders getting ready to take this flag, and Vaalbara letting their experience show as they put victory imminent conditions against Myth Pagans. And for anyone who doesn't know, victory imminent means you can just D up for the rest of the flag and they still have to tag all of yours. The Myth Pagans better hope they have some defense left, as Vaalbara is sending about 20 or so spiders towards their D flag, flag number 1, and Kryptos moving in to kick Akira's first fetch, backing off a little bit, perhaps unaware of the dire situation his team is in, and Gecko chasing, no, I guess this spider he is not chasing, it's controlled by his teammate Toxin. It looks like Kryptos is going north to hit Arsenic, as Kryptos needs to back off a little bit, as Eastwind is pressuring this final flag, and in order for the Myth Pagans to move on to the next round, they need to hold it. And we'll have to see what happens here as Vaalbara goes for the game-ending decision. Some of the spiders going down as Lord Scary pokes him. Eastwind able to take the last couple of units off the map, and it's 4-2. Vaalbara taking the game. Kryptos not keeping track of Eastwind's Tro as they maneuvered around the southwest and west part of the map. Vaalbara showing why they're favored to win this tournament, coming in the clutch. Very well played game and match by both teams. How about that, folks? And maybe we can get some people in here for some post-game discussion. Jake, if you're watching right now, what is going through your thoughts about how the game is going? Because it looks like at the end here, 17 kills, 30 losses. Vaalbara losing the BC game. Only by about 8 damage though. Again. And Lord Scary Owl Myth Pagans able to get 30 kills. Losing 20 units. Kryptos 10-0 with his Tro. But Eastwind 7-0 with his Tro, making the key plays for his team, closing it out alongside all of the spiders. Let's check out the post-game lobby. And we got a bunch of good games all around, as you can see. And
I thought they were going to be able to hold off and come back and win. They had percentage, but
Limp celebrating, yeah, how about that? And as Lord Scary Owl laid the trap for Vaalbara last game, Eastwind laying a trap of his own. Kryptos losing sight of those Trow proved to be the wrong move. With so much time left, you definitely could say he could have played it safer. But those were pretty damn good games, man. A pretty exciting match. I can't believe Myth Pagans. They could have won. They could have won this match, man. They could have brought it to 7 games. It's a game of attrition. But
is it over now or is it one more?
Just as they strike, Vaalbara strikes back. It is all over, man. 4-2 in Vaalbara's favor. And so yeah, thank you guys for joining me for the bottom bracket finals cast. Looks like Akira has jumped off here.
So are we still trying to play someone after this, or we probably don't have enough now, huh?
We might be able to get a scrim going. We'll have to see what we can do. If anyone wants to get some games in, feel free to hop on the server. I'm sure plenty of you out there watching already are online, and we're gonna go over next week's maps and see what's going on with them. So thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the Myth community. Hope you guys enjoyed these games. I certainly did. It's been a great time hosting this tournament and being able to live cast these games and just get so much myth content up there. I feel like it's doing good things for the community. So until next time, folks, take care and happy mything.
Happy mything, mate.